Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, what is going on? My name is Blitzwer, and welcome back to another episode of my WWE Universe mode on WWE 13 here on the Blitzwinger channel. Make sure to subscribe, leave a like. That is the best way to show support for the series. You guys who are enjoying this series, definitely smaller numbers, but I'm still doing it because you guys are having fun and I am having fun, which is most important. But you guys have to show support, because otherwise the series, I'm not trying to hold it hostage or anything, but it would have to become a little more sparing in terms of come out maybe once a week or so, simply because it requires a bit of time and a bit of work, and therefore if it's not paying off in terms of engagement from the community, it starts becoming a little burdensome. So please, if you could, please share the video if you enjoy it. That is the best way to show support. Alrighty guys, but tonight we've got a stellar Monday Night Raw, and I'm sure that the Smackdown show will be awesome as well. If this is your first episode tuning in for WWE Universe, if you don't know how this works, the Monday Night Raw shows are all fully booked by me, meaning I pick the matches prior to beginning to hit record, and I set up all the contests, but the Smackdown show is fully simulated, and basically I kind of pick and choose what to show you guys. Usually we stick to about only one wrestling match, but today is going to be a special occasion because it's going to be a little bit of a mix. We're going to see like some wrestling matches and then some other things occur. Definitely going to be entertaining, that's for sure. I can guarantee you that. So without further ado, let's kick the show off as we've got a match between Antonio Cesaro and Yoshi Tatsu. Of course, Cesaro suffering his first loss within the WWE last week after he got a little bit too cocky, went for the neutralizer. Yoshi Tatsu was able to counter and get himself a quick roll-up victory, and therefore Cesaro has demanded a rematch, and that's basically what he's going to get here tonight. He gets the chance to redeem himself against Yoshi Tatsu. Will he be successful? Will he not be successful? I guess we'll have to find out here tonight together. I'm not sure if Cesaro is maybe underestimating Yoshi Tatsu. I think that might be a big issue for him, is that he thinks of himself, maybe he got a little too cocky to the point that he allowed himself to make such a silly mistake, and Yoshi Tatsu, being a very smart, opportunist performer, he took advantage of that and was able to score himself a quick victory. Something that I think was very, very nicely done by him. But look at this big boot to open up the match by Cesaro, and now Cesaro with a big kick now, and a couple more. Look at this. Look at this now. Cesaro delivering a couple of elbows, or sorry, a couple of shoulders to the gut there. Oh, look at that. My God. That is brutal. Look at this. Cesaro just huge right hands. Cesaro is pissed off about this situation. When I spoke to him backstage before the night, he said that that was absolutely ludicrous. It was a fluke. There is no way that he would ever lose to anyone of the caliber of Yoshi Tatsu. And then he corrected himself and told me, you know what, there is no way that I will lose, period. So I'm not sure if Cesaro realized that he has already got a blemish on his record, of course, suffered by the hands of Yoshi Tatsu, who hits a nice suplex maneuver there and then follows that up with a big, nice kick, and a couple of kicks, actually, to be correct. And now Yoshi trying to get the back of Cesaro. Cesaro with a big European uppercut and follows it up with that boot that has been so very, very successful for him here tonight. And he hits a big elbow right to the lower area of his back there. And now Tatsu going for the Northern Light suplex. Very impressed by Yoshi Tatsu, by the way. Has been able to dictate first of all, position himself better on his career ladder within the WWE roster. But on top of that, being able to compete so well against such an experienced performer like Antonio Cesaro, international experience that is. And look at this now. Cesaro trying to get something going, unsuccessful. And now Tatsu again. Look at this. This might be another night where Yoshi Tatsu rises up to the occasion. Maybe not, though. Look at these big combinations thrown together by Cesaro, who hits a big spine buster maneuver and a quick pin. Oh, wow. Yoshi Tatsu showing a lot of heart, but he hits a big uppercut for his troubles. And what do we got now? Look at that big right hand. Oh, my goodness. What a belly-to-belly suplex from the one and only, the Swiss man. The one and only Antonio Cesaro, who hits a big chop. That was a very good maneuver there by Yoshi. Yoshi almost tricked Cesaro into thinking that he was going to go for something else. And now Cesaro on the top. Oh my god, what a counter by Yoshi Tatsu. And what an opening match, ladies and gentlemen. These two are going at it. This is an amazing way to kick off the show. A great way to get the energy started. And look at that big belly-to-belly suplex from Cesaro, who's unable to follow that up. Oh, now he is. Nice combination of hits there. Uh-oh. Big counter from Yoshi. I was just going to say that Cesaro was going for some high-impact maneuver, but that did not pay off. And look at this now. Cesaro with the big right hands. What's he going for? Oh, God. My goodness, what a European uppercut. Did you see the amount of power that Cesaro has? I mean, just to be able to toss your opponent around like that, you have to be very, very strong, ladies and gentlemen. Cesaro with a big head takeover and a quick pin here in the middle of the ring. One. He only gets himself a one. Yoshi definitely showing a lot of heart and determination and endurance here tonight. Able to score himself a reversal, but look at this reversal from Cesaro. Cesaro now with the pin. And Yoshi kicks out. Impressive by Cesaro. Cesaro showcasing that he can do exactly what Yoshi did to him last week. But now Cesaro back on his much more physical offense. Oh, misses that big boot. Very similar to Sheamus's bro kick there almost. Uh-oh. Nice counter from Yoshi Tatsu, who now goes for a big head takeover. And look at this. Cesaro cannot believe this. Cesaro cannot believe this. He is getting frustrated, almost tempting Yoshi to the outside here. And Yoshi doesn't mind. He follows to the outside and hits a big STO on the big man. And look at this now. What's Yoshi going? Oh, God. Did you see that dropkick? My goodness. Yoshi Tatsu, very impressive here early on Monday Night Raw, here on the Blitzwingers channel. Oh, look at this kick. What's he going for? Oh, God, what a kick right to the chest. I mean, that was like a chop with your foot. Impressive there. And now Cesaro sliding back in. Cesaro misses his big boot. And now Cesaro following Tatsu. Cesaro seems to be very frustrated with this situation. And now, oh my God. He hits a huge German suplex on the outside. Cesaro gets sent back into the ring and hits a big elbow right to the temple for his troubles. Oh, wow. And he just delivers a big boot to Yoshi Tatsu. What's Cesaro going for now? My goodness, Antonio Cesaro with a big neutralizer on the outside from nowhere after that big boot seemed to have taken Yoshi Tatsu's nearly head off. My God. And now Cesaro with a big clubbing blow and a boot right to the side. And look at this. The big man is back in the ring. Uh-oh, what's he setting Yoshi up for? Come on, not another one. Not another neutralizer. Come on, we get your point. We get your point. We get your point. Come on, Cesaro. My God. He hits another neutralizer on Yoshi Tatsu, who showed a lot of heart here tonight. But I have to admit that Cesaro, again, back on his roll. But what amount of heart shown by Yoshi. And honestly, many a times within this match, it felt like Yoshi just might come up and defeat Antonio Cesaro. An impressive contest between the two. A great way to kick off the show here tonight as Antonio Cesaro celebrates his victory over the man who he lost to last week in a shocking turn of events. But this week, it goes way better for Cesaro, who's now celebrating here with the audience. So, very impressive night and very great way, that's good English, and a great way to kick off the show. So, without further ado, let's take a look at the rest of tonight. We've got next up for you guys, we've got Ryback versus Dolph Ziggler. Should be a spectacular contest between the two. Of course, Ryback earned himself the #1 contender spot versus The Miz. Ryback versus Dolph Ziggler. I thought I said Ryback versus The Miz. Ryback actually has earned himself a title shot. Next week, we will see on Raw another Intercontinental Championship match main event, as we will see Ryback go one-on-one with The Miz. The Miz, of course, losing that title 3 or 4 weeks back to Ryback, then able to regain that championship in a very highly competitive matchup at WWE Over the Limit. Make sure to go back and check it out. And then, of course, Ryback, the week after last week on Monday Night Raw, was able to win a triple threat contest to position himself once again as the #1 contender for that highly desired Intercontinental Championship. And here we go, though. We've got right now Ryback versus Dolph Ziggler. My God, look at that. Ryback's explosive power takes down the head of that referee. Uh-oh, look at that big right hand by Ziggler. What's the Miz doing here? Again? Come on. Come on. Miz has been so involved in these situations. This is ridiculous. My God, look at this. I don't think Ryback knows that the Miz is in the ring. My goodness. And look at this. Look at this. My God, come on. How many times are we going to see this? These attacks, these sneak attacks by the Miz. This has got to stop. This has got to stop. Someone has got to put a stop to this. I understand that the Miz wants to be Intercontinental Champion and all, but this is absolutely ridiculous. These week in and week out, the guy runs up and always attacks Ryback. This is absolutely ridiculous. Alrighty, well, next up, ladies and gentlemen, of course, Jimmy and Jey Uso on last week's episode on Smackdown were actually able to defeat Team Cobra to position themselves as #1 contenders for Primo and Epico's tag team titles. Primo and Epico on a hell of a roll right now, but tonight it will be a singles match that we will see Primo compete against Jimmy Uso, where Jimmy, surprisingly to some, was able to defeat Primo. Interestingly enough, we'll see how things unfold. Will the Usos, or Jimmy and Jay, be able to do the same when the tag team titles will be on the line at Capital Punishment? And now I've just been informed, ladies and gentlemen, Dolph Ziggler, after celebrating his victory over Ryback, well, even though a lot of people felt that that was that was not a fair won battle, including the general managers, have now made him compete against the one and only, the leader of the Chain Gang, John Cena, and Dolph. Wow, very impressive here tonight. Dolph Ziggler able to score himself 2 victories, one in a very controversial fashion, but one victory was a very hard-fought battle with John Cena. You can make the argument that the poke to the eye during the match should have been called by the referee, but the referee did not notice it, and if the referee didn't see it, I guess it does not count. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for our main event of the evening. It will be CM Punk going one-on-one with Kane. Of course, last week we saw Monday Night Raw end off when CM Punk was able to defeat Triple H. Kane felt robbed. Kane talked to the general managers throughout the entire night, and he told them that this was absolutely ridiculous. Why was I not involved? Why wasn't it a triple threat match for the #1 contender spot? He felt like he should have been positioned there, but guess what? He wasn't, and Kane wanted to make his opinion heard. He came out there at the end of the show and voiced his opinion to CM Punk. Punk said, "You want some? Let's do this next week." He didn't say, "Come get some," because that would be stealing John Cena's tagline. But he told Kane, "You want some? Let's do this next week on Raw. You and me, one-on-one. If you really want a piece of me, let's do this." Oh, God, look at this, though. What the hell is the WWE Champion? The Rock. The Rock just assaulted CM Punk here. What the hell is going on? The Rock has just attacked CM Punk from behind. My goodness. And look at this. Kane doesn't even care. I think Kane doesn't care. Kane simply doesn't care. God. The Rock delivers the rock bottom to Punk. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? What is going on here? Why the hell was Kane down? I'm not sure. Let's pretend that The Rock attacked them both, because that's really what I wanted to do. I don't know what happened there, but we will pretend that happened in the WWE Universe mode here. As you can see, sometimes it's out of my hands, but basically The Rock comes out, interferes in this match before it even can start, and is able to assault the official #1 contender, CM Punk, and another man who feels that he's the #1 contender, and that is, of course, Kane. Rock, in a very unlike Rock fashion, a lot of people are starting to kind of turn a page on The Rock. A lot of people are starting to feel that The Rock is no longer who he used to be. The Rock has now turned his back. The Rock, all he cares about is that WWE title. And you can make the exact same argument for CM Punk, the #1 contender, but Punk, he's just got this value to that title that is absolutely must be respected. But without further ado, let's get Smackdown rolling. And we've got a hell of a opener for you guys, as Justin Gabriel and Heath Slater were going 100 miles an hour all over and around the ring. Justin and Gabriel able to secure himself a nice solid victory against the one-man band Heath Slater after hitting the 450 splash. We've got Rob Van Dam and Rikishi teaming up to take on the team of Hunico and Jinder Mahal after these men got into some type of a scuffle backstage, and Rikishi and Van Dam are able to score themselves a solid victory here on SmackDown. Next up, Team 3D takes on the Tag Team Champions of the World and Primo and Epico. Gosh darn it, but these two are on a hell of a roll. This has got to be possibly the best few months of their career. These two guys have been on a spectacular tag team tear. They've been able to defeat everyone. Of course, they have not. This was not a tag team titles match. That being said, getting a victory over Team 3D in the fashion that these two were able to do here tonight is very impressive. In a rematch from last week, Christian takes on Cody Rhodes, and guess what, ladies and gentlemen? Is this the end of the golden era for Cody Rhodes? Because Christian scores the pin on Cody Rhodes. Interesting turn of events. Definitely intriguing to see if Christian will be able to now make a strong argument for himself that he wants the Cruiserweight title to be put on the line in a one-on-one match come Capital Punishment. And our main event of the evening in a rematch from last week. It is Lord Tensai versus Kurt Angle. What a match it was last week. You guys were spectacularly excited about it. I think that it was a spectacular match. Probably match of the night from the entire episode last week. A really back and forth war between the two, and Kurt Angle passes out. A lot of people after that, what happened, of course, passes out after Tensai locks in a very intriguing submission hold on him, but Kurt Angle has been called into question. A lot of people started to question, is Kurt a little too old to do this? Is Kurt Angle, has his time gone by? Is it the time of Lord Tensai and this next generation of superstars? Or can Kurt Angle still bounce back? Kurt wanted to prove himself. Kurt wanted one more opportunity, and he wanted to try that again. Once again, he wanted to give himself an opportunity. What the hell is Tensai doing here? That's the World Heavyweight Champion, Mark Henry. What's going on here? This is an incredible turn of events, ladies and gentlemen. What the hell is Mark Henry doing here? What? Lord Tensai just pulled out of the match and called for Mark Henry to be in the match. My God. I guess Lord Tensai convinced. I'm not sure what happened, but I guess Tensai convinced Henry to perform instead here tonight. I guess if Kurt Angle wants a test, he might as well have it against the best man possible on the SmackDown roster, and the reason why he is the best man possible is simply due to the fact, my God, he hits a big DDT, but that is not the reason, but simply due to the fact that he's got the World Heavyweight Championship, and Kurt has got an astounding opportunity here tonight to go one-on-one. He was planning to wrestle Tensai, so of course that will change up his plans in terms of offensive and all that, and plan of attack, but he's got a chance to main event the SmackDown show against the World Heavyweight Champion. And imagine if Kurt is able to defeat Mark Henry here tonight. I cannot believe what that would do for him here within the brackets of the WWE. That would definitely position him to be the next contender for that World Heavyweight Championship. And imagine at Capital Punishment, the Olympic gold medalist himself, the hero for the United States wrestling team, will get to wrestle against Mark Henry. My goodness, that would be spectacular, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go now. Kurt with a big suplex. My God, how the hell did he do that? Kurt Angle, apparently from what I understand, he has even apologized to Tensai on Twitter for his behavior last week on SmackDown, where he did not decide to shake Tensai's hand. He said that he was frustrated with himself. He said that he felt like he started questioning his own abilities. He started to question the fact that maybe he has to stop doing this. Maybe this is it. Maybe he's just too old. Maybe he just cannot compete at this level anymore. And he was mad at himself. My God, look at this move. When you see that, you start thinking to yourself, you shouldn't question yourself at all, Kurt. If you can pull that off, that is absolutely spectacular. But Kurt said that he feels like he started to feel that maybe he really should quit. And he got pissed off at himself for that. He got pissed off that he wasn't either committing himself fully. And that is why this past week, I saw Kurt Angle in the gym 18 hours a day. This guy was practicing like crazy. He said that he hired himself a brand new nutritionist so that he rededicated himself. He said that if this is it, he wants to make this the best year of his career. If this is the last year in Kurt Angle's career, he wants to make this the most spectacular one. And that is why he called for the rematch with Tensai. But interestingly enough, now he's got a match with the World Heavyweight Champion himself, Mark Henry. And an amazing turn of events. I'm honestly ecstatic by the turn of events. But on top of that, my God, what a match it has been so far. A very physical match. Kurt Angle putting on a hell of a show 2 weeks in a row, back to back. But the world's strongest man will be no pushover. No matter how dedicated Kurt is, he will have to be dedicated like crazy to defeat the world's strongest man, Mark Henry, who was able to defeat both Randy Orton and Sheamus. Sneak in his victory, of course, at Over the Limit. A lot of people called for Mark Henry to have to defend his title again against both Sheamus and Orton. I'm intrigued to see if that will happen. I guess we'll have to find out what the board of directors decides come Capital Punishment, because of course you could make the argument that Mark Henry snuck in and took the victory from underneath the noses of Sheamus and Randy Orton the night of Over the Limit. But the fact is, Mark Henry was able to score the 1-2-3 the night of Over the Limit and become the World Heavyweight Champion. And whether you like it or you hate it, right now Mark Henry is the World Heavyweight Champion, and you have to accept it as a fact. Kurt Angle starting to fire off here. Kurt Angle starting to hit a good combination. Look at that. Mark went for a big clubbing blow, overcommitted himself there, and now Kurt is punishing him with a series of German suplexes here. And look at this. Look at this. Kurt is screaming at Mark to get the hell up. And look at this now. Kurt Angle, world's strongest man. When he did this to Lord Tensai last week, I was impressed. But what he just did was even more impressive. Uh-oh. What's Kurt going for? What the hell is Kurt Angle going for? Elbow drop, misses. No, Kurt. Why would you do that? Kurt Angle might have just made the single biggest mistake in his career. He should have gone for the pin. I'm not sure what Kurt was thinking there. I think maybe he thought that last week he wasn't able to defeat Tensai after the Angle slam. Maybe that is why he called his own finishing maneuver there into question. But he hits a DDT here. Kurt Angle. Uh-oh, look at this now. Now Kurt is starting to feed off the audience. Kurt Angle, another DDT to the world's strongest man, who now has been busted wide open here. Kurt Angle. Oh, look at this reversal. And now a DDT from the world's strongest man, the World Heavyweight Champion himself, Mark Henry. Kurt, off the ropes, big clothesline. Nice reversal. Oh, come on, ref, pay attention to that. Nice reversal, but at the same time, that was a rake to the eyes. Look at this again, my goodness. What a show of strength from Kurt Angle. My God, look at this. Kurt seems to have said, the hell with all my technical stuff. I'm just going to beat the holy hell out of this guy. Because no matter what, I'm walking out victorious here tonight. My goodness. Oh, wow. But that will definitely put a stop to that. As Kurt Angle, oh, God. First of all, his knee gets rammed into the floor. But then on top of that, he eats a big, big headbutt for breakfast from Mark Henry. And now Kurt with a couple of rights and lefts there. Look at this. Big clothesline from Kurt Angle. And look at him. We've seen this before earlier on tonight. Look at him. He's feeding off the audience. He says that this is it. Kurt Angle. One clothesline. My God, he's picking up Mark Henry again. Look at this. What's Kurt going for? Kurt on an amazing momentum streak right now. A big Russian leg sweep from Kurt Angle, who now again heading to the top rope. Kurt, I don't know if this is a good idea, Kurt. Big elbow drop. One. My goodness, the world's strongest man showing why he is the world's strongest man. Another DDT before Mark can even realize where the hell he is. I don't think that Mark Henry even knows that he's in a wrestling match at this point. Kurt Angle starting to wrestle laps around the world's strongest man. My goodness, the audience are going bananas. Look at them. The people are going crazy here tonight. Kurt Angle with another series of German suplexes delivered to Mark Henry there. And look at this now. Kurt Angle with the angle slam. Kurt Angle delivers the angle slam. My God. What's he going for now? Uh-oh. He's going to go for the ankle lock. The ankle lock. He's got the ankle lock. Can he make the world's strongest man tap? He's got it locked in. The damage has been done. Mark Henry. There is no... It seems like Mark Henry might have fainted. Mark Henry might be out of it. Just like Kurt was last week. Mark Henry has been knocked out due to the pain that Kurt Angle has delivered. My God, ladies and gentlemen. What a turn of events here on SmackDown. Kurt Angle, victorious, beats the World Heavyweight Champion. More important, sorry, the World's Strongest Man. More importantly, the World Heavyweight Champion, Mark Henry. My goodness, what a match. Kurt Angle is getting a standing ovation from the audience. You are not too old, Kurt. You are simply not too old. This man has rededicated himself. He has said that this will be, if this really is the last year in Kurt Angle's career, this will be the single best year that he has ever had in his professional career. Look at that. Kurt Angle celebrating with the audience. The audience is going absolutely crazy here. And I have got to say that I would love to see the Olympic gold medalist at Capital Punishment trying to take that World Heavyweight Championship away from the hands of Mark Henry. Ladies and gentlemen, here we have it. Another exciting episode of WWE Universe Mode has just been brought to an end. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. Sorry about that. Please hit the like button. Subscribe. Share the video. Sorry, I had to drink some water. My throat is getting all... Because when you talk so much, it's like it just dries up. It's crazy. So don't forget, guys, subscribe to not miss out on future episodes. Please share the videos, guys. This is a very, very fun series, but I really, really have to make sure that more eyeballs see this, because otherwise it becomes a very burdensome process in terms of, you know, putting it all together, editing, commentating. It's definitely very frustrating to see that this series for some reason hasn't been able to pick up as much traction as I would love it to pick up. And guys, again, you could always leave your opinions, suggestions, and everything in the comment section below. But again, please, if you could please hit the like button, comment, and share the video so that we can get this series to more eyeballs. And then, guys, I have a special announcement to make that I have just received through my headset from the board of directors. A special announcement. Of course, you guys know that next week, on the next episode, I should say, of WWE Universe, we will see on Monday Night Raw another main event championship title match as The Miz will defend his Intercontinental Championship against Ryback. But I have just been informed, ladies and gentlemen, that that will be no simple match. It will be a ladder match. Ladies and gentlemen, The Miz will have to defend his Intercontinental Championship against Feed Me More, Feed Me More, Feed Me More, Ryback in a ladder match. Should be spectacular. Tune in next time to find out how things unfold. Thanks a lot for watching once again. Don't forget to share the video, favorite the video, subscribe to not miss out on future videos, and of course hit that like button, guys. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace out and see you later.